building spirituality, family, health, and business. This is the Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.
Welcome, Giant Builders. I have Garin here today, and she is a business coach. And we're going to learn a lot of things about what's stopping us from being the success. So welcome. How are you today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm great. I am so excited to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a little chilly here in Indiana, but doing okay.
Great.
So can you tell me, please, what does a business coach do?
So a business coach does help those within the executive positions, CEOs, managers, business owners, as well as entrepreneurs, or this new term, solopreneurs, and helping them scale their business in various ways. So we do go through mindset and build that foundation, as well as business strategy. And if permitting, it would go towards team development and team strategy and dynamics as well.
Wow, you do a lot. So tell me, what prevents us from being maybe a successful leader?
Well, it all starts with the foundation of being blocked. You have to look introspectively. So many of those things would be negative self-talk. It would be imposter syndrome, as well as limiting beliefs. So those limiting beliefs, especially when you are starting out as a new business owner or a small business owner, those limiting beliefs could be that they aren't good enough, or they don't know how to be a good manager, or they may not have the credentials, or people will not support them or believe them. And that's when imposter syndrome comes in as well, where they don't feel like they can measure up to their competitors, and they constantly compare themselves to other people around them and want to do exactly what they do because they see the other person's journey and not understand that it is their own journey and a unique journey, and they will bring their unique genius to their clients.
Oh, I love that. Our unique genius. How does one find their unique genius?
Well, that's a good question. It is looking introspectively, and that's where especially a lot of people out there who are solopreneurs and starting their own business, that is where they have, I believe, found their own unique genius to bring that business to the table. Me personally, for instance, because I did study human resources, human behavior, and finance, and I have done a lot of training and development, I know that I am strong in that, and I have brought that towards my clients. So everybody, I guess they would just, brainstorm, look introspectively. It's partly what you love to do and your passion and what you are happy to do every day. And another part is how you learn and what you grow. And when you do read a book or read articles and things like that, what are you most passionate about and most interested in? And that will help you bring that unique genius out there.
Training with you, what would be the process? Where would one start?
So part of my training, I do have what is called the Ultimate Leadership Masterclass, and it is a self-paced course with many modules and pillars. And that is part of it, that they have lifetime access to that when they start working with me. And it is courses with ebooks, workbooks, and so forth. But part of that, it is one-on-one training with me on a weekly basis. And we go through what your business entails, where you are in your business, and everybody is unique, like I said, and everybody's situation is unique. So it would just go from there. But to start, it is basically we just go through that business together, what your strengths are, what you feel like your weaknesses are, and where you feel like you need to improve, because we all learn and grow every day. It is not a negative thing for us to say, I could do better in this particular space. So it does start from there. And you work with me for 12 weeks. You do have lifetime access to the coursework, but with me, it's one-on-one for 12 weeks. And I do have messaging support. It is virtual with Zoom, so I can work with anyone all over. And we just go from there. And everybody is situational and unique, but I do have my own strategy to help that business and to help that business and that business owner scale with confidence.
Do you mind sharing with us some success stories?
Oh, absolutely. I won't necessarily mention their names or anything like that, but I recently had a client that I just finished working with, to be honest, and they struggled very much with limiting beliefs because they were in the healthcare space, personal training, I should say. And you might see, especially around the holidays, that it might be oversaturated with a lot of fitness things out there, or especially because of the pandemic, everyone was like, lose that, quarantine 15 and things like that. And it was very oversaturated. They had a lot of credentials. They did study to be a personal trainer. They did study nutrition and everything like that, but they still had a lot of limiting beliefs that how could I turn around and tell my clients or potential clients how good I am. Well, the great thing about this particular client is because they studied all these great things with nutrition, as well as being a personal trainer, and we zoned in on who their potential clients would be, and they were helping those people who were over 50. And they were very specific and did with nutrition, and a lot to do with diabetic nutrition. So it was very interesting in that we had to have that person understand that they had that unique genius to help people over 50 and to help them with that diabetic nutrition, because it is out there and a lot of people do need that additional support. So once we zoned in on what they love to do, who they love to help, and what they can do, we then moved towards navigating that through social media. Unfortunately, not so much in person nowadays, and it's slowly getting to be in person, but we were able to market that and have them be more confident in what they do and what they can provide for their clients. So with that confidence, they were able to get recipes out there, get menu plans out there, have them record exercise routines, do group classes online, and so forth. So it started becoming better with marketing once their confidence was out there, once they were able to speak with confidence, once they were able to put themselves out there with confidence. So they were able to scale their business, and they themselves were able to get more clients with their nutrition package as well as their workout package. So that was something great, that their confidence came out and they were helping other people with their own confidence.
That's wonderful. Do you think there are like common types of business struggles? Like you mentioned the niche. I have, and I even in episode 1, I admitted I have a really hard time narrowing down niches. Are there a few common things that business owners have problems with?
That is one big one. And even personally, I struggle with it too. And it can change as we evolve our business, that niche evolves. And some people are very specific, like that client who helps women over 50 that are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And that is extremely specific. And they were able to zone in on that. Other people, like yourself or myself, like I help small business owners. And I'm not very specific on gender, or I'm not very specific on, I do more virtual business, but I don't necessarily, I'm not only helping fitness trainers, for instance. So it can be difficult. So that is very difficult with a lot of people, and a lot of people change it. But the tip that I give for that is to be as specific, not to be super vague, but to get as specific as possible. But you don't have to be extremely specific either. Another thing, it's very much a lot to do with credentials lately, because you do hear many people saying you don't need a degree, and you can do a lot of things there. But then there are many, many people, like, I'm a firm believer of education. I'm a firm believer of having degrees, and that's me personally, but you can do a lot of things without it. And how do you prove yourself that you are a great business person without having those credentials? So that is a struggle as well. And how do you get those people? But at the same time, if you are speaking with authority and you have the knowledge, you don't necessarily need a degree, and you can turn around and say, I'm not a licensed therapist, or I'm not a licensed nutritionist. I've just read a lot about it. And when you come in with your honest, authentic self and come forward with integrity, then you will get the clients that are best suited for you. And those clients that absolutely want somebody with credentials, they'll find that person for them. So those are the two biggest struggles, I believe, is that niche, as well as the credentials and that limiting belief, that struggle of it, which is also intertwined with imposter syndrome. I believe that's very much it. And then the negative self-talk, where it's like, nobody's going to believe me. I don't have a degree, or I don't have my license just yet, or and that is shaming. That is self-shaming. And we have to manage that. We're human, but we have to learn to manage that and understand that, no, we know what we're talking about. We do have something to bring to the table. Our thoughts and our words matter, and we have that unique genius. I keep saying unique genius, but everybody has something to bring to the table. And it's just a matter of getting that confidence to bring that out there.
Oh, thank you very much. That was some great tips. Any closing thoughts?
I just love helping others, and I would love everybody to make sure that they understand that they do have something to say. They have that unique genius that they can bring to the table. It is just a matter of looking introspectively, zoning in on what you love and what you love to bring to others, and it can get out there. You have your people out there for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Garin. You have shared with us so many opening ideas. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So how do people find you?
So I can be mostly found on Instagram. So my Instagram is @garin.dem. And I am mostly there, and they can either click on the link in my bio or send me a DM, and we can connect through that.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Giants. So make sure that you don't have any bad self-images, and talk to Garin if you do. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. This has been The Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.